Week 3 of the NFL season has some intriguing matchups with some interesting opportunities for fans looking for the best bets to win some dollars. And speaking of best bets, joining me to break down some bets for Week 3 is the host of the Green Dot Daily Show on the Action Network. That is my guy, Dane Martinez. Dane, good to see you, man.
Yeah, what's going on, Dex? Glad to be here.
Yeah, glad to have you. Got to talk some NFL football and some sports betting, so we got to talk about that. Now, Dane, I think the matchup this week that many football fans are going to be excited about is a battle for first place in the AFC East. That's the 2-0 Buffalo Bills at the 2-0 Miami Dolphins. So the consensus spread across major sportsbooks has the Bills as 5.5-point road favorites. Dolphins are plus 190 for the money line, and there's an over-under of 53 points. How are you betting this one?
You know, I got to tell you something. Now, I do acknowledge and understand that most people believe the Buffalo Bills are the Super Bowl favorites. Everyone thinks Josh Allen is going to get an MVP award, and they are an incredible team. But I also got to let you know, underdogs so far the first 2 weeks are 18-13, 5 over 500. And quite frankly, I'm taking the points. The key for me in this one, Dex, is the fact that 4 starters on the Buffalo Bills defense are going to be out, including 2 key members of that secondary, Dane Jackson and Micah Hyde, right? They still don't have Tre'Davious White. And I think when you've got young kids in the back end, Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle may be able to feast. They are first and third in the NFL in terms of receiving yards. Tua leads the NFL with 739 yards. And I think they will be able to get behind this secondary. Now, the Bills may win the game, but I would be taking the points. And the last thing on this, Dex, it always happens. Down there in September in Miami, a northern team goes down and always can't handle the heat. And I wonder if that's going to be the case for the Bills. I think the Bills can win this game, but not cover. Give me the Dolphins plus the 5.5.
All right, there you go. Dolphins and the points there in that game. A lot of people are going to be watching that. I'm sure there'll be a lot of money thrown on that.
Yeah.
Now, local teams, the Jets, they're 6-point underdogs as they host the defending AFC champion Cincinnati Bengals in Week 3. Are you taking the Jets to make it 2 in a row, or is it good money to take Cincy here?
See, I'm riding the fence again for you, Dexter. I don't know if the Jets win this game outright, but I do think they can, again, as home dogs, stay within that 6 points. And for me, the Achilles heel here is the Cincinnati Bengals offensive line. Joe Burrow has been sacked more than any other quarterback in the NFL. Joe Mixon's yards per carry is only 3. He hasn't gotten into the end zone yet. And I think the Jets defense can continue the trend of getting some pressure on Joe Burrow and, make some big time plays to get off the field. Again, I know a lot of people like Cincinnati. People have the Bengals in their survivor pools, but I think the Jets can at least stay within the number in a game that I don't expect to be that high scoring. So since he could win, but I'm thinking it's something like 2017. So again, give me the dog with the points.
Oh, dog with the points. Might want to look at the over-under total points in that game, as Dane doesn't think it'll be high scoring. Very interesting there. But last but not least, Dane, let's take a look at the Monday night matchup. 2-0 New York Giants, a little bit of a shock, hosting the Dallas Cowboys at MetLife Stadium. Big Blue, they're currently 1-point favorites. Do you like either team, or are there some player props that you see with better value in this game?
Yeah, this will be the first time that I actually lean towards the favorite side, and that would be the New York Football Giants. I just don't believe Cooper Rush is good enough to go on the road and win in a primetime spot in the division, right? He got that kind of adrenaline boost in their game against Cincinnati last week, but I don't think they're just good enough. They don't have enough weapons. We're even going to see Dalton Schultz, the nice tight end, almost be out. So outside of CeeDee Lamb, who is really going to do it for the Dallas Cowboys? I'll give you one guy. When the props come out closer to Monday, Tony Pollard is someone I would look to in the Dallas offense, okay? You know that backfield is split with Zeke Elliott, but I think it's interesting to see Pollard in the pass game. Now, only CeeDee Lamb, no Schultz, Gallup still not back. I think they could use Pollard in the passing game. I'd be interested in some of Pollard's receiving props when they come out for Monday night. But the fact of the matter remains, Dex, Cooper Rush is not going on the road in this big time spot and beating the Giants. I actually think the Giants behind Saquon Barkley, who led the NFL in rushing yards going into Week 3. Chubb has since surpassed them on Thursday Night Football. But I think Saquon will do enough for the Giants to actually go to 3-0 at home on Monday night.
Well, that's going to make Giants fans very happy. And here, Dane, not believing in Cooper Rush, believes in the 2 dogs we talked about there. 2 dogs, 1 favorite. Not bad, Dane. That is Dane Martinez of the Action Network. Thanks for your time, man. Appreciate it.
Woof, woof.